And I think even people on the left are starting to realize this. So this is almost where the marching orders aren't going. They're not going down the ranks like they used to. And I will say this, Bill Maher, full disclosure, I've spoken with people who work at that show before where they had reached out to me. So I do have a hunch. We talked about some of the jokes word for word that had taken place on his show regarding the Beijing Olympics and the AIDS pandemic, according to Fauci. But he's run into the same kind of content again. I think the person who I spoke with might be watching this show here. So let me just kind of give this to you, Maher, now discussing Putin's long tables.
Every time I see a picture of Vladimir Putin, he's sitting by himself at the end of a ridiculously long table, all by himself. He's like a cross between Ivan the Terrible and Howie Mandel.
Laugh track.
Well, no, it's a laugh sign.
Well,
Yeah, laugh sign.
Yeah.
with guns pointed
And he
at the
cues him when he
audience.
does this. Right, folks.
I mean,
It's a
come on.
cross between Mandel and Putin, okay? Isn't that right, folks? No, it's not. But by the way, I don't know if you noticed, this was us discussing that then. Well, technically, it's true we are the largest producer, but
Oh, there's the table I was talking about. Look at that. That's their economic meeting.
Wait, was that Donald Trump there?
No, that was...
I couldn't see who was at the end of the table. Like, is that? No?
We build the tables, then we build the room around it.
Yes. It was like, come on, guys.
Hey, President Trump. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you.
Send it down to him.
Come over here and say to my face, I don't have the time.
Table is filled with wheat. It's
Yes.
twice so big.
Yes, it's also acts as great insulator.
Yes, not
it's
bad.
vacuum sealed
Yes.
with wheat.
Yeah, exactly.
What a stupid table.
Well,
That's how they measure dicks in Russia, is these
Yes.
giant stupid tables.
and how far you can put people you need to be able to
Right.
pass papers between down the table.
He just walks over to, he's just walking over to the White House and he's like, okay. And you guys can comment below. It's the best thing that you can do for the algorithms. Who wore it better? And by wore it, I mean wrote it, produced it, and performed it.
I want more of Trump and Putin at the long table.
Yeah, that would.
Actually, that was spontaneous with you guys. His was
Yeah.
written.
Well, you know.
that's true.
Yeah.
that is true.
Wait, so they pre-planned that, and that's what we got?
Well, this brings us to another thing, though, because Bill Maher was even saying, hey, why didn't Putin attack the United States when Donald Trump was president?
Yeah.
And I've always said that's because he's just crazy enough that you think he might do it. Right? Crazy beats big
bit,
every
yeah,
time. And now we're hearing that exact same sentiment echoed from people who would have never dared to say this before. So this brings us to, Trevor Noah this week. Is he, we want to hear from you, is he secretly based? First time I saw that stupid stinger.
Really?
I think we know how he feels
good.
about this.
Barack Obama was watching this show.
Of course.
I don't want to watch the show. I'll get all wee-weed up. Shut up.
He waits for your impressions of him.
Stop making things up.
He's doing me. Look.
Making up terms. No, that's how we said it. And when I was raised in Chicago, Kenya, Indonesia. Shut up. Hawaii. Right next to The Rock, who did that Hobbs and Shaw film that where he can't speak a word of Samoan but wants to tell you that it's his roots. That man has never been the
He has an upper chest tattoo. He's all of a sudden Samoan.
And his forehead keeps growing to the size of a drive-in movie screen.
No, that's what steroids do. You gotta play it all the way to the end if you're gonna do it.
Yeah. Can you
Well,
play it all the way to the
I
end?
was in
Let's
a
go.
Dick's
Hit
Sports
it.
recently, and on the
okay,
Jumbotron,
fine.
they showed The Rock doing curls with the 30s.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
That surprises
Yeah.
me.
Wow.
So
Well, you
there's
know
that.
what? He's a strong guy. He's a big, strong guy, but he hasn't, never touched us. It's all natural.
Mm-hmm.
So Trevor Noah implied that not only, again, did Donald Trump keep people like Putin in line, but it almost seems there's a subtext here that he may miss him. He may be longing for him. Watch.
There's no denying that Saudi Arabia isn't playing ball with Joe Biden. And you know what? You can say what you want, but this would have never happened to Donald Trump. Never. No one was ever ignoring Donald Trump's calls. Yeah, because if you ignored Donald Trump's calls, you didn't know how he would respond. Maybe he'd send an angry tweet, or maybe he'd just ban your country from everything. You don't know. That's why I bet in these situations, Biden actually wishes that he could hire Trump to step in as President Wildcard. Just keep everyone on their toes. Because if Trump was calling, you best believe the UAE, they'll be racing to pick up the phone. Oh, Mr. Trump, we're here, hello? Too late, Ahmed. You made me wait 2 rings. We're bombing the UAE and the UFC, just in case.
I mean,
That's literally the words that we used was he kept them on their toes. So you know what, comment. You think Trevor Noah is secretly based, or do you think that maybe now, here's what I think is happening. They always wanted to make it seem as though they were rebelling against the man, right? And it's pretty tough to do that when you run Hollywood, when you run media, when you run most of Washington, D.C., including a lot of the Republicans, right? When you run education, all of these institutions, and you have one scapegoat with Donald Trump, but you can still claim like, yeah, we're sticking it to the man because Donald Trump is the authority figure. And now at this point, they control everything. And I think they realize that it's maybe not conducive toward reaching a young audience to do the bidding of a 94-year-old geriatric incontinent president. And so I think at this point they're just saying, well, we have to do a little bit of a give and take. I don't think he's secretly based. I think what he just said is true. It echoes what we've been saying for years. But I think right now they're probably getting some focus studies from Frank Luntz and his awful sneakers and toupee saying people don't like it when you just go out and do the bidding for the White House.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.